Nsfw, what is something you'd admit on Reddit which you wouldn't admit in real life? I want to DJ my own wedding. I'm almost 100% positive I won't grow up to be old. I'll probably kill myself or get killed. There's just an overwhelming sense of doom almost that crushes me. It feels like almost any day now I'll die. I'm not suicidal, but sometimes I feel like dying wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It's called suicidal idealization. Basically everything is too hard and it would be easier to just die. Then all your problems would disappear. It doesn't mean that you're suicidal right now, but just keep an eye on it. P.S. I have it every day too. I'm so sad. All the time. I don't want to worry anyone. I'm just working through things. Many years ago, after I got out of the army, and my new family wife and 8-month-old son had left, I got a big tax return. I was in a black pit, and had zero desire to live. I got into my little car, and drove into town, with intentions of buying a firearm so I could go far, far away from any other people and just end it. Across the street from the gun store, I saw a motorcycle shop. They had a used 1986 Honda XL250R. I asked about it. The salesman promptly climbed on the bike, kicked it to life right there in the shop, rode it out into the street, and proceeded to ride the damned thing up and down the road in front of the shop on the back tire. I bought that bike, instead of a firearm, hauled it out to some trails, rode it around, dropped it in the mud, rode some more. I did the same the next day, and the weekend after that, and the weekend after that. My parents hated the very idea that I had a motorcycle of any kind. They knew I'd be dead within 6 months. That was 17 years ago. If only they had known what I went out for that day, when an old Honda saved my life. I think about my son who died last August every day. I eat lunch less than 90 feet from where he died. I work at a hospital. I still cry every day. I have a thing for rubbing butter on my nipples. Hello there. Mind if I rub my face on your nipples? I have a crippling fear that none of my friends truly give a shit about me, so I actively try to not give a shit about any of them. I smile and nod along, but I have resigned myself to indifferent numbness. I'm seriously questioning my decision to study medicine. I'm literally halfway through, so changing career paths at this point would seem pointless. I do love what I'm studying and I want to help and cure people above all, but I feel I'm not cut for it. I feel like I'm going to be a really shitty doctor, actually, despite me wanting to be the best out there. My parents both have schizoaffective disorder. I took a genetic test and I have variants connected with mental illness. I'm terrified I'm going to get sick. Throughout my whole life I get random episodes where I have very mild hallucinations like hearing whispers or seeing a black dot. I also have a random tweet where my neck and body jerks. I also sometimes will mix up words in a sentence like say the wrong name or something. My mom also took some kind of antipsychotic when she was pregnant too. Like seriously, life is going so good for me right now. I have a fiance, a toddler. I just earned a 4.0 GPA. I volunteer in the maternity ward of a hospital. I teach swimming and I want to be a nurse. I don't want to lose my life. I don't think normal people get schizoaffective. I think you either show signs your whole life or get into drugs. However, I'm absolutely terrified that somehow I'll just wake up and I'll be crazy and lose everything. I can only imagine the terror of having Huntington's, BCA1 or early onset Alzheimer's. I question whether marriage was the right choice for me or not every day. I wouldn't mention it IRL because who would want to deal with that heavy shit? I'm happy and content for the most part, but there's always that lingering what if. I regret having children. Mom, is that you? I'm 27 and never had sex. I didn't really care until about 5 years ago, but it's really starting to get to me now. I'm so far behind the curve and it's like trying to jump into a game that everyone else has been playing for over a decade, but I'm still trying to figure out the rules. Don't worry, nobody actually really gives a shit that you haven't been getting around. It'll make sex a little awkward the first time because you're inexperienced, but I can't imagine any adult worth their salt to judge you for it. Sex is fun and all, but don't stress about it. Working in a mental health hospital has led to the steady decline of my own I once had 2 dicks in my butt and I liked it. Is that Katy Perry's new single? I'm an exceptional liar. Sometimes the words just slip off of my tongue without any effort. 20 years ago I caught my then girlfriend in another guy's apartment. I was in love and forgave her. And married her. No one that knows us is aware of what happened. Everyone believes we are the perfect couple. She's never been anything but a perfect girlfriend and then wife since the incident. We have 4 fantastic and children who I love more than life itself. I've come to loathe myself for taking her back. I regret the decision more and more every day, and I'm starting to hate her with every fiber of my being. I think about it all the time, like 50,000 times a day. Because of my children I could never contemplate getting a wish and changing things. I couldn't imagine never seeing them again. But I hurt so much inside that I'm now hoping I could get a wish and go back, and even though my children would never exist and I would never see them again, I think I would change things and deal with that pain instead of loathing myself and her. She, nor the children have absolutely no idea what's going on inside me. I treat her the way a perfect wife should be treated in public and in private. Everyone thinks I am the perfect husband. Her friends and neighbors are jealous. I've been successful in my career. I am completely involved in my children's lives. I romance my wife daily, because that's who I am. By all outward appearances I am an incredibly happily married man. Except my heart was burned to ashes by her, and then I further destroyed the ashes by taking her back. I'm a hollow man. And what I do have inside is all rotted and decayed. Every moment is a struggle not to do something stupid and regretful. Holy f***. Is this what priests go through during confession? You asked for it, mate. I'm sad that I no longer have any friends in my area after everyone moved away, but I also lack the energy to go out and maintain or develop new friendships. It's a vicious circle. I love my wife and son endlessly, but a friend I can just go get a drink with would be nice. Lily, I don't like you as much as you like me, and I'm going to break your heart on Tuesday if I can bring myself to do it. God damn it, Marshall. The last time I found a picture of a woman who I thought was a good goal weight, she was 60-something pounds. My eating disorder wants me dead, I guess. I have a 3rd nipple in my armpit. Found out after having a child and experiencing milk leaking out of my armpit. It's so weird. I just thought it was a strange skin tag. So some facts. Honestly, it's just this weird lump of skin in my armpit that is a little smaller than a nipple. It looks like an oversized hairy skin tag that just happens to squirt milk when I'm lactating. It was hilarious and novel at first. Then I had to empty it out into the sink every morning. Or squirt my husband. Whichever seemed more fun at the moment. What? I'm one of those guys that comments on porn clips. It's only polite. If I posted a porn clip on a porn website, I'd want some feedback. The hero Gotham deserves. Today was the first time I cried in 4 years. To a shower thought post. I'm black. Does your dad know? I'm afraid to tell him. My first sexual experience was with 2 other girls when we were all in kindergarten. We didn't know the implications behind what we were doing. One girl heard about it from her older brother. I know the really big scar isn't from surgery. My mom dropped me when I was little. If you see this, I still love you, Mom, and I forgive you. I put several things up my ass. Like, all at once. I got nervous system damage from food toxin poisoning about 7 or 9 years ago, and now sometimes I shit myself because my nervous system is f***ed up and doesn't often work right. I really like the girl I'm seeing, but I don't find her attractive. I'm also really bad at ending things. I wish you'd neglected to use periods in your comment. I pissed myself a tiny bit while dreaming the other day. I fantasize about my female friends. Everyone does this, man. I have weird intimacy issues. I always wish I could be hugging, cuddling someone, but when I get the chance I freak out a lot. That I don't know how to handle someone giving me a gift. It could be a drawing, food, something silly, something useful, and I won't know how to act. I've received very little gifts throughout my life, and the thought of this person was thinking of me and used their time, money on me because they cared overwhelms me.